Hi, welcome to another episode of Real Estate Top Performers. My name is Sam Ruenton and I'm the Chief Creative Officer at Marsh Studio. Marsh Studio is an award-winning and experienced strategic branding and creative marketing firm, and our tagline is Marketing Redefined. Today, I am joined by
Peter Ferguson of the Ferguson Group at Compass Real Estate.
So our next topic is print. A lot of people believe that the world belongs to digital media these days and print is dead and you should not invest in it. But there is something about a tactile feel of a print that is still viable. We are still human and we would like to touch things, to see things and hold things. But just going ahead and blasting the entire neighborhood with a postcard about what you sold or what's coming up, not necessarily is going to get you any traction. But what a postcard can do is that if you, essentially going back to what we said about the visual testimonial, if you create an experience and a feel for a potential buyer or potential seller, then there is an opportunity for them to essentially buy into the experience and try to contact you because every other person is trying to sell them a house or tell them what they have sold and how good they are. If you're essentially talking about yourself all the time, people will tune you out. But if you feature other people and then they can see themselves in the experience with the postcard, then the postcard becomes a very powerful medium.
Yeah, no, it sure does. The postcard, there's still room for it. And I would, it's all about consistency. Like most any marketing and advertising, it's all about consistency. So if you are going the way of print marketing and sending postcards, need to be consistent. Whether you're doing it twice a month, 4 times a month, once a month, need to be consistent. The other thing, as you kind of said, explain the experience. Absolutely. You know, it's not just this house is for sale. It's not just I'm your neighborhood expert. You know, maybe have a postcard about an experience that you had, about how you sold a house that was having a hard time selling, and you stepped in and you did this, this, and this, and it sold. You know, maybe a postcard that talks about what has sold in the neighborhood, because people sometimes don't look for that online. So they have a postcard there and they see, oh, this house sold for this. Those are good things. You know, maybe some tips on how to, even if you're not selling your house, tips on like how to maintain your house is really, really convenient and easy to do, and people like that. So there's definitely room for print marketing still, and a lot of really good agents do it. But the key is consistency. So if it's a big cost to you, and it's not that expensive, but doing a full neighborhood, as you said, could be overkill for you and could overextend yourself. You can pick a street, you can pick a block, you can pick a section of town to do it in affordably. And you know, again, I think doing it consistently can go a long way. Sure.
Absolutely, and as you said, message becomes key because there's different ways of trying to, you know, pull at people's heartstrings in order to generate some sort of a reaction. Because that's all it is that I might be in the right mindset of buying a house, and then the only thing that is going to trigger, you know, me to essentially go for it might be that little piece that I get from you that at the right time, right, you know, that I was in the mindset of essentially taking that action. Yep. And if the message is right, and if essentially it's emotional and is not necessarily just sell or about me, and it's basically you changing the focus on the consumer as opposed to changing the focus on you, I think it will go a long way. And that's 100% of the time when people come to us and talk about print, we basically tell them that print is not dead. You just need to use it strategically and situationally, and it will definitely generate the results you need.
And I think one really important thing is all these topics that we talked about, doing some sense of all of them really makes sense, because you're on digital, people are seeing you on digital, people are seeing your videos in the neighborhood, and then all of a sudden they see a postcard with you. It just kind of completes the circle of them seeing you, you know, just a bunch of different ways.
And that's exactly what we preach. We always say that, you know, marketing, it's like multiple tentacles, and it needs multiple touches. And if you have more touches, you increase the chances of conversion. Yep. And if all your touches are consistent and come from the same brand, the same person, the same messaging, it becomes much easier for people to make a decision. Yep. Because these days we're bombarded with so many different things from so many different angles. Forget about our own problems. Yep. But the thing is that if consistently we get positive messages from potential agents or potential people that we want to do business with, it becomes much easier for them to make that decision and take the leap.
Absolutely. Yep, that's a good point.
Hi, I'm Josh Green with Real Estate Top Performers. If you enjoyed the content you just viewed, subscribe. If you want to be part of the Real Estate Top Performers and contribute some content, send an email to Josh at easterntitle.com.